All right, today's video it is db2 performance related. Here's the title. So basically, it is going to be an introduction to db2mon scripts. And in this demo, we're going to talk about how to use those scripts in online mode. So we explain this later. So first question is, what is db2mon script? So if you do a Google search, you will find like a to IBM link. And let's do a Google search then. So if we go to Google, we do a db2mon. So you will find some IBM page. Let's go to let's see this one. So it said db2mon script for monitoring performance, db2mon script for collecting and reporting performance. So basically, the db2mon script, it is the script IBM provided for user to monitoring performance and sometimes troubleshooting the performance. Okay, so the third link that is at the IDOG website, but this link is broken. So if you click, it's broken. So this is a good one, but we don't have access anymore. I think somehow IDOG changed their website. And this is the author of, I believe, the db2mon. But they have lots of information, but unfortunately, it's not there. Okay, so let's take the first one. Okay, so the first one, it says, so the db2mon script, it is a monitoring interface, provided by db2lw, and by default the access use 30 seconds. But this is not important. What is important is here. It says this script is widely used within support. This support means the db to support, okay, to troubleshoot performance problem. Okay, so that is the original. The script was being written, and starting version 11.144 and higher. So this script being provided into this location and be available to the users to use. Okay, so this is the first link. The reason is these scripts are useful, and that is why first being used by the db2 support now can be used by people. And this is the official documentation. So basically, it says it's collecting and reporting performance monitoring data use db2mon. And they have some prerequisites. For example, they need the temporary table space, all those things, and also some default dbm parameters are here. So that is all default should be satisfy this prerequisite. And there's two kind of use. One, it is called db2 online use. So for the online use, it's basically you just run this db2mon script, and then they will generate a report. And offline usage is going to provide some script. You do the export, do import, and then do report. So offline means you can, if you want, can move those data to another system or another different database to do. For the online use, you can only use, within the database being monitored, So we'll see shortly, okay? Then let's see the procedure. So the procedure is like, for example, let's focus on this one, db2mon script. So db2mon.sh. So this is basically the easiest way to use this script. Take two variables. One it is the database name. The second is optional, the interval. Okay. After that, we will see the report. Okay. By default, is 60 seconds. Okay, 30 seconds, not 60 seconds. All right. So in this demo, we're going to focus on this db2mon.sh. This is online use. Maybe next video, we are going to go to the offline mode. Okay, so let's get started. So what is the methodology used to use this db2mon script? So that is my understanding. Basically, the script, first they take a snapshot about the database at a starting time, ct1, and then take another snapshot at another time, ct2. So then you will have the point in time data as is t1, t2. After that, you calculate the delta value between these two timestamps. And for certain data, this like cumulative data, like say how many reads, and the throughput, those transaction, this kind of things. Okay, so this is actually the standard strategy actually used in industry, especially in Oracle. If you come from Oracle background, you will see this is very similar to Oracle's like early days Oracle 7, Oracle 8, the bstat, instat utility, and the later version like 8i, like StatsBack, and more modern version 8AWR, automated workload repository. But for AWR, it is engine managed, not by human managed. So to me, these months scripts actually similar to Oracle's StatsBack. For SQL Server, it's a little bit different, but for SQL Server has its own things, like older days, like SQL profile, and like event and extended event. Those methods, and nowadays like the MDV. So also query store. So SQL Server has its own. So the db2mon is more followed like DB Oracle style. Okay, so that is pretty standard. You take a snapshot of the database at one time, take another one, and then calculate the difference. And so all right, so that is the methodology. It is the standard. It makes the performance tuning. It's very simple. Okay, that is why in the Oracle world, tuning is relatively straightforward than DB2, because DB2, to my understanding, and come a long way to finally have something for user to to use for performance tuning, instead of like shooting in the dark. Okay, anyway, so let me log on to the system. Before we log on, let's see the demo system. Let me use a diagram. Okay, the demo system is let me see. Let me remove these things. Okay, so the demo system is let me remove these things. Okay, too slow. Let me do this. Let me remove this guy. Okay. So the demo system is I have Oracle Linux. So this is my Oracle Linux server. So the server name, it is the OS host name. In my case, same I use many times, 09. The user I'm going to use is a root. After we log on root, I'm going to switch to the standard db2mon, then everything is working as a db2mon. Okay, so let's do the remote connection. So I'm going to do a remote connection using SSH. Okay, so SSH root user at hostname. The font is a little bit slow because the machine I'm using is a small screen. Okay, so anyway, so I'm in the system, so I'm going to switch to the instance owner, and in real time, probably you can directly just log on the instance owner or log on yourself and switch to the user. Okay. So once in the instance owner, let me do a db2 list db directory, see what db I have here. Okay, the directory. Okay, so I have a database called sample directory. Okay, so this is the database we're going to use for demo purpose. Okay. Before we run the demo, let's take a look at this script. Okay, it's db2mon SSH. So we take a brief look, see what is this script is doing. Okay, so let's cat to this SQL lab samples and the perf. Before we cat, let's take a look at what scripts in that directory. Okay, so there's a few scripts in that directory. The one we are interested in is this one. Okay, db2mon sh, and this one. These they are similar, so we're gonna just use db2mon as a demo. The db2mon script it is a shell script. You can run it. Like for example, if I just run this, you can see it says provided the db name and the interval. Okay, so let's take a look at the inside what this script is trying to accomplish. So if you see this script, it's basically it's like this. Okay, so and it's basically calling like a few script. One it is called db2mon before SQL, then called db2mon interval SQL and db2mon after, then do some cleanup. So what is this exactly? This db2mon before. Okay, let's take a look at those scripts. Okay, so those scripts, if go just basically go, you see. It is basically it says they're gonna drop some session table. It's also called the declare global temporary table, DGTT. So first declare a global temporary table, and then after that we will insert data into this temporary table. You see, declare table and create indexes, and after that drop those index. So let's see. Declare and create some index, for selecting data. So it is all. It's a declare this table as a select statement. Select to mon get table function, depends on what. Okay, so you can see this is actually what the begin script. Okay, so after all this declaration, so they're gonna say, I'm gonna insert into those table, and the table name, it is something depends on which data you're collecting. It's something with the mon get function, table function, and then followed by the start. So here I listed says, hey, it's basically collect, do a select to at the starting time and insert the data into the declared global temperature table at the starting time. This is all the inserting those information to this starting time. And finally, it is finish this starting. So the next one is do the interval. So let's see what is this interval. Okay, so the interval is basically saying it's a sleep like default 30 seconds. That is, I think, old days when IBM developed this script, they like put there like some kind of hard-coded 30 seconds. Okay. However, if you go back to that script, you will see they have a new version. If you not give if you give a different monitor time, you will get different time interval. You don't have to run this one. This one to me is a little bit ugly, but historically this there. Okay, so the next one is going to be called db2 after. So this after script, what does this after script do? So after script similar, you see, after sleep, a certain like period of time, like 60 seconds or 100 seconds, whatever you choose, then they're gonna take another snapshot and they insert this time back to the, you see, insert back into a table called underscore END table. So those table, it is basically collect the data after. Okay, so and then when this finish, they will call a stop procedure and calculate the delta value between these two timestamps and insert the delta value to the same thing, another set of DGTT table. Okay, after that, it's going to the round report. So here's the report section. You can see it. Give you an example. So this is too long. Let's get a simple one. You see the this one. Select this is from the cap package cache. Now you see the table name. It is underscore div. So they have a three set of table. It is a begin, end, and the div. So the report is against those underscore div table. So once this report is generated, then let's look back about the db2mon script. You can see it. Once the report is finished, they can commit the work and drop whatever table space being created, drop whatever buffer pool being created for this purpose. Okay, so do the cleanup. So all these things, it is against the same database is being monitored. Okay, so in my case, if we use the sample during this data collection or troubleshooting process, all those temporary tables is going to create it within the database. The store procedures, temporary tables, user temporary table space, and the buffer pool. Okay, so let's just be aware. Okay, this is the online use. All right, so that's that enough. So let's go starting with our demo. Okay. So this is how to use online, okay? So for the demo, so let me see. So the demo, what I'm going to do is, and let me remove this one. The db2mon script is same mon SQL similar like this one. So I'm just use the shell script to demo. Okay. So for the demo, I'm going to simulate a workload. Okay. And from that workload, so we're gonna run this script for certain seconds, and then we can see the report. Mainly, we're gonna focus on what things are being captured and the most important metrics or section we're gonna take a review. Okay, so let me minimize this window, or I can leave it here. So we are going to do it is generate workload. Okay. So on the top, I have a small sessions. Okay, so it's already I already connected. So I just want to run some workload, just some select statement. Okay. Before I run that, let's look at what is the what database table we have. So let me do a connect to sample. So this is the database. So let's list the tables. Okay, so I have a set of tables I used before. It is the TPC tables. The total data is about 1 gig. It has 8 tables. So I'm gonna run some query against those tables, and then we're gonna see the workload. Okay. So on top, I have 2 sessions. Let's take a look at those script. Okay. They're all standard script. You see, I have script 1 to 22. That is the standard script. Let's take a peek of this one of them. So let's see 1.sql. So this is the script. It's a TCPH pricing summary table. So you see, this is just select those things from item line item where clause. Okay. So those table like that. So I'm going to submit this query. So this is the script I'm going to run. A shell script is basically connect to the sample and run those sequentially. If you want to generate a big like workload, I can run this in parallel. Okay, so I just sub all the query at the same time. For this simplicity, I just run this. Okay, so I generate one session dot. So this is the SQL. They're gonna just run behind the thing. Okay. Similarly, I have a similar set of SQL, just some little different, like the where clause or something. You see a same thing like 1.sh. So now I have 12 days. Okay. So I'm gonna run the same thing. You see, let's see. So I basically have 2 sessions running some queries. Okay. So I hard coded those from 1 to 22. So I'm gonna run this one as well. So I just let it run. Okay. So this is in the backend. Okay. So let's go to the session. We're gonna run this db2mon.sh. Okay. Before I do that, let's list the list application. So you can see it. Now we have 3 sessions, right? So one, it is the session we are looking at the tables. So if we terminate, you can see we have 2 sessions. One session is this blue screen. One session is this dark screen to have running some workload. Okay. So now we're gonna follow. We're gonna run the SQL script. So let me cd to the location. Okay. cd to SQL lib and sample and perf. Okay, so this is the location of script. So we're gonna run dot, right? db2mon.sh. So if we run this is give me the database names. In our case, it's sample. Give me the interval. How many seconds you want monitoring? So let's see, we want 10 seconds. In real life, you probably depends on how long the problem, you may choose a different. This is just a demo, okay? So what I'm going to do is say, hey, I'm going to save to a file, okay? Let's see, I'm going to save to db2mon.rpt, a text file, okay? When I return, you will get an error message. Why? Because I can't write to this directory. This is the db2 instance directory. You see, the owner is bin. So I have to go to a different directory. So I'm going to go to my home directory. Also, let's make directory called mon. So this is the mon directory. So I'm going to inside this directory and run it. So when I run it, it's going to be like this, okay? So it's going to be the absolute path. Of course, you can copy this script over, but just for simplicity, I just use the absolute path, okay? SQL lib samples and perf and the db2mon.sh. So sample, so we're gonna take 10 seconds. Let me just run it first, okay? You can see it. Create those temporal table space, declare global declare global temperature table and run. Okay, so after that, wait like 10 seconds and take another snapshot. So then give us the result. Okay, so that is. But we want to save. We want to save to a file, so we can just cancel this, rerun this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel this and save a file. So let me use the T. So in this way we can see it at the top. Okay, so we're gonna use let's see db2mon.rpt. Okay, report. So this is going to run 10 seconds. So starting and wait 10 seconds and then run another snapshot to collect data and then do the calculation. After that, we're gonna get a report. Okay, and on the back end, those queries take some time, so they're still running. So then in this way, we can find the result. Okay, so now you see this section, it is basically the report. Okay, so we'll examine the report. It has certain way to say it. If we take a look at for those reports, they always like in this format, like whatever category is being used for the let me go up a little bit. Let's see if they start with db, then pound sign, and they give us the rough what is this matrix is to use for the capture. Okay, and so so on and so forth. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, so in this directory, we got this report. So the report we're gonna read. Okay, to see what happened in between these two timestamps. Okay, and so let's take a look. In this report, there's lots of stuff. Okay, there's lots of things. It is relatively useful. Not useful, because how they created the buffer pool, those things is it's not very useful. So we have to do some filtering. Okay, so let me still go to the VI mode. Okay, so the report is start with here. There's a keyword called start. Okay, you see it says report starting at the string here. So if I search this one, you see where it is. let's see, starts. Let's use the starts. Okay, so here, so after like a couple of hundred lines, finally the report is starting from here. From here, we can see it. There's different kinds of information. One section, it says pointing in time data. So this pointing in time data is basically saying what is currently the SQL being executed, what is probably log weight or utility at this time. So that is the beginning time. That those kind of data is called pointing in time data, or another word in Oracle called transient. So this basic, at this moment, what is this running? Okay, so, all right. So from there, you can see the first one, you can see currently executing SQL at start of the capture, okay? And in our case, you see here, that is the select statement itself is very long. So what we really interested, it is in this section. What is running? Okay, so you can see it. Oh, okay, they capture one SQL statement. This is the SQL is running at the beginning of time. How long this has been running? So in our case, it's been running 224 seconds. And also this is the CPU time, number of row, those so on and so forth. Let's continue, okay? Then we have the second section. We say, oh, there's another SQL is running. But in the real time, you probably may not see these things because it's may not always you have long running queries, right? So being captured, okay? So then followed is the log information. We don't have logging, so we don't see it. We don't have a utility running at this moment. Okay, so those are point in time information. So the next one is going to be, say, at the end, okay? Current executing SQL log weight utility at the end of the capture, okay? So if I go back to the diagram I used early, so let's see. Let me draw this. So at the beginning of the time, let's see, called the T1. So in the T1, the db2mon script, they capture at this moment what SQL is running, okay? So they report it. So they waited like 30 seconds or 60 seconds or whatever time interval we choose. Then another timestamp, we also see at the end of time what SQL is running. It's either this SQL continue running or this SQL finished, there's some new SQL. And so those property is called transit, okay? Transient or called point in time. So those is a log weight utility like as running. So this is one data. Another data, it is, let's go to the next section, okay? So once we see this point in time data, and that is typically long running query or something like that, then we move to the second section. It's called the DB. You see, it says data collected from start to end of monitoring interval, okay? So the first one, it's called the DB throughput. This is short throughput metrics at database level. So here you can see it. This is the matrix to measure the throughput. So this is the select statement to query this the diff table. You see, this is called workload diff table between these two timestamps. So this is, you can see, we basically capture like 10 seconds, but because of the script running, probably there's some fluctuation. So they said it's 13 seconds. what member is not important. The important is like this, you know, to measure throughput, it's called commit per second, rollback per second, and so on and so forth. Because we don't have DML running, so it's this 0. But in the real world, if you're dealing with a production busy system, you will see those to give you a good numbers. What is your database throughput? You know, and so that is one of the important metrics. And the next section, it is called this is also the database level, the client activities. You know how many active session is running. So at this when they capture one, it can be, if you have multiple sessions, it can be more. Okay. So the next section is important. It is called time breakdown at the database level. You know, so for performance, we really most like we interested, how long this query being running, how long the query being wait. It is called wait processing. Okay, so this is on database level, give us some insight about, you know. So in this case, we see during this 10-second monitoring, we get those numbers. So we get total request time. This is the total request time. That is milliseconds, 25 seconds. The percentage compile, 5%. So that is the SQL being compiled, right? So percentage section, 94%. So that means at least from this report, you know, majority time is doing the processing, SQL processing time. Okay. Then the next section is if you see like some wait, if you wait time, okay, if somewhere like wait time is high, then in this section they will break down the wait time at database level. Okay, let's go down. You can see it. Let's see. Total request is time is same. So now it's total wait time, right? So total wait time 11 seconds. You can see what is being waited. So the waited is this one. Request to wait 45%. Rest of them, it's basic virtually it's 0. Okay. So those time related information will give us information about if the system it is mainly processing queries data or wait. So this is give important information. Similar other sections is. So I'm gonna just stop here. So the rest of the session is not as important to me as the top few sections. Okay, because in real world, majority of the time is SQL related, regardless what kind of the cause, you know. It can be caused by SQL statement itself, or like statistics, you know, indexes, there's so many. But the symptom you can see SQL is not performing well. And then from there, you can continue to find out what is exactly behind this, you know, SQL slowness. We can, you know, try to tune the SQL, create indexes, influence the optimizer to use the index, those kind of tuning. So, and also, like for example, just use this one to sort. Okay, you also can check. Okay, so before I end this session, so I'm gonna do a graph. You can see what the metrics being captured. Okay, so what I'm going to do is like do a graph. Okay, so I'm going to grab some information. Like let me show you. So this one, you see those are the metrics with this hashtag. Like you see, table space, buffer pool, and this one called CFD, CF, that is mainly the pure scale, and the BLU. So they all kinds of metrics with a tag. If you interest one of them, you can go ahead to look. Okay, so let me further filter those important ones, not important, but unrelated one. Okay, I'm gonna filter only with a hashtag. Okay, from this list, you see this is a very long list. There's so many metrics, not matrix, metrics to measure the system performance. Okay, so it's harder for us to look at everyone. So we are more interested to look for the important ones. Okay, so let's see how many. Probably like 50, 80-ish, Yeah, you see, starting with the current execute SQL, current execute SQL at end, current SQL at start, DB throughput, DB time, process time plus wait time, and then DB wait time, DB processing time, sort, top SQL that is in the buffer pool, not in the cache, package cache, and the other things. But to me, the most important is should be amount here, okay? And there's some others you can look, but it's going to be so many. Okay, let's see how many total in this report. 77. So those CF is not important because most we don't have pure scale, right? So we can filter out those CF. See, let's see if we see grep -3. So if we don't want to see this CF because it's not applicable to the typically system, we will see probably somewhere 82. So we still have 82 metrics to look, but we can't look at everything because lots of things is not that important. So we will focus on the one we think is important. Okay, so hopefully this is be useful for the people interested in the performance tuning in the DB2, because into my point of view, it is really that is the weak DB2 it's historically is weak on the performance tuning compared to other RDBMS vendor like Oracle and the SQL Server. Okay, so I think it's it's long today, but anyway, and yeah, I hope the community will start to use this utility to actively to do the performance tuning and the troubleshooting. Okay, all right, so that's all for this video.